Yeah, absolutely. There's some more people in the waiting room. I
Okay.
think we can start. We are good to go. So hello everybody. Before we start with this session, I just want to thank each one of you, every single person who is on this webinar to, show this interest for, this webinar. Stay motivated and productive. Very important. And I was expecting youth for this session because our generation, our youth is the most struggling and transforming phase is what we are going through. So thank you so much. And I would like to congratulate each one of you to showing the interest towards learning and, improving towards the better version of yourselves. So before we begin with the session, I just want to give a brief introduction so that you know who your
Ma'am,
speaker actually is. Yeah, yeah,
Harsha,
Ram.
ma'am, let me give small introduction about this webinar, ma'am. I'll light up some
Great.
at focus on this, ma'am. Shall
Sure.
we? Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name is Ram Prasad. And I am the host for today's webinar. We are all here for a webinar on how to stay motivated and productive, organized by DIGISAKSHAM. DIGISAKSHAM is an initiative of SIMS Welfare Group, which has developed content for over 300 courses in multiple languages, which ranges from 4 hours to 6 months in various sectors of IT, BFSI, retail, and entrepreneurship for all the age groups from school children, youth, professionals, and senior citizens. DSAKSHAM has also conducted more than 150 webinars, 10 FDPs, and workshops, 7 international conferences. DSAKSHAM impacted more than 15,000 lives through various webinars, conferences, workshops, and seminars across the globe. Further, moving with the topic of today's webinar, motivation in general, referred as a reasons for reacting and behaving in a particular way. It gives the reason for people's actions, desires, and needs. Motivation can also be defined as one's direction to behavior or what causes a person to want to repeat a behavior and vice versa. To guide us all through this topic, we have with us Miss Harshita, ma'am. Harshita is a certified mindset life coach. She is holding experience in conducting training for various organizations, including regarding business communication skills, motivation, productivity, and work. Also in HR talent acquisition. She was also a part of theater for 2 years. She has pursued MBA HR from MT University. Now I would like to request everyone to pay attention to the instructions carefully. Please make sure to keep your mics on mute, and if you have any queries or doubts, please type them in the chat box. We will be addressing them at the end of this webinar. More interactive participants will be receiving e-certificate as an appreciation on behalf of DigiSaksham. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ram, for such a beautiful introduction. Great. Thank you, Ram. So as just he has already given the introduction about the webinar, the topic, and of course about the speaker of the day. So just to share a few things about this topic, that why I have chosen, why to stay motivated and why to stay productive. So I have been in the life coaching business from close to 3 years now, that I have given so many sessions, close to 1,000 plus sessions. And now I have realized that people come to me mostly with the question that how should I stay motivated all the time, or how should I stay productive all the time, be it at work, be it in college, be it at home, you're a homemaker, or whatever course or tasks you are doing, you are feeling either demotivated or you're feeling unproductive. The tasks or the productivity that is expected from you is 100%, and you are able to deliver 60 or 50% maybe, which obviously disappoints any person in the house, right? So let's just talk about these two very, very heavy terms and heavy words one by one. So what exactly motivation is and what exactly productivity is, we'll go step by step, and we'll try and understand why is it becoming so difficult for us to engage ourselves in multiple activities, and still being unproductive, because people nowadays, they don't want to do just one task. I have seen people doing multiple jobs at a time. They are doing their graduation courses side by side. They are doing their other courses, specialization courses, some techniques or courses that they are learning. So why is it that they are struggling with the motivation and productivity cycle? So I'll tell you what happened. What happens is that if you are very motivated, if you're feeling energetic, you are having a lot of energy to do all the tasks, obviously your final outcome of the tasks that you're doing is going to be a good one, right? You will be productive because you have the energy, you are feeling inspired and excited about any particular task. So if you're motivated till here, your productivity will also be matching it. But if your productivity is not 100%, you will feel demotivated because of that performance that you have done. So for example, if you were 100% motivated, you will go and give 100% results, which will lead to 100% productivity. But if you're not 100% productive, you will come back to the results of 40 to 50% of your deliverables, and then you will see yourself feeling demotivated at the end of the day. Okay, it is that simple. So this is a vicious circle that we are kind of stuck in. We want to feel motivated to start any work. For example, we talk about that, I want to reduce weight. I will just go for the, jogging or walking in the morning. I will start my yoga session. I will start my gym. But, motivation is not there. I don't feel motivated enough to get up in the morning. There are people who sleep with the plan set, that I'm going to get up 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, but there is no motivation. So why do you think this happens? So there are so many people in this webinar right now. I want to ask you guys, just let me know in the chat box that are you feeling motivated right now or not? Just tell me yes or no, that are you guys feeling motivated? I want to hear from all of you that how much motivation is there in the group here? How much group is on fire to feel motivated? Yeah, I'm attending, but anytime my internet can be disconnected. It's completely all right. We will let you, understand the final crux of the session. Yes, ma'am. There are super motivated people. You guys are going to be an inspiration for the youth. Okay, so most of them are saying yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. That's amazing that you guys are motivated. And I'm really glad to have such motivated youth in my webinar. But this is time. This is the moment right now that we are feeling energetic. We know that we are doing something productive for ourselves. We are investing time in ourselves. So we are feeling motivated. But I also have to tell you, and you will have to agree with me, that there are times and moments and situations that we are not feeling motivated at that time, right? That happens. Does that happen with you as well? There are days that you feel so low that you don't feel like moving a muscle and you don't want to do anything, no matter how important a work is. You don't want to do anything. You're feeling demotivated. Your energy is low. You don't feel like talking to people. So those are also the days when you don't feel like doing anything. So how this motivation actually works? If you're feeling motivated, how to hold this motivation? And if you're feeling demotivated, how to throw that out of your body? How to do this? So it is very simple to understand that motivation is an illusionary concept. I'll tell you why. Because it comes when it's having the mood to come into your mind, into your brain, and it leaves when it doesn't want to stay with you. Motivation does not have any particular day or date or time to make you feel motivated. So in such a unpredictable phase or uncertain concept, this motivation is, are you going to let your plans go for a toss? Are you not going to get up and go to the work? You do go to work, right? Even if you're not feeling to go to work. So why do you do this? Because you understand, your brain understands the importance, that why is it important to do one particular task that you have decided to do. So if there is motivation in your body, you're feeling motivated, it is good. But if you're not feeling motivated due to 10,000 reasons, because there is not even there is no list, the list is endless, that why you don't feel motivated or demotivated. If you are feeling demotivated, Let's talk about, for one example, that your exams are approaching. I see that there are most of the students in the webinar. Let's just take a relatable example. Your exams are approaching next month and you have to study, but you're not feeling motivated. You are kind of like that, what to do. I'll just study tomorrow, I'll study day after, I'll plan today, but I'll study the day after. So this is how we do. Why? Because we are not having that energy enough to invest our time and energy, everything, to start studying, because we feel we have a lot of time, we'll do that later on. We are not understanding the importance of and the crux of the time that is already present, and the clock is always ticking. So what to do in such cases when you're not feeling motivated? Just go by the plan. Okay, so here comes the part of productivity. Motivation is an illusionary concept. All right, when we talk about productivity, how to be productive, whenever you say that you want to achieve a task, so everybody in this webinar, I'm sure they are having a goal, they are having a plan, they are having something that they want to achieve, maybe by the end of the year, or maybe by the next year, or 5-year plan. So tell me, do you have goals set for your life? Tell me in the chat box, yes or no, just type there that do you have your goals set? Do you have your goals decided that this is what you want to achieve by this date or by this month of the year? Do you have that? I see one yes. Yes, everybody else, do you have your goals decided? Do you know that how much and what exactly you want to achieve? I can see yes. See, so people do plan, right? You do the planning. You know that where you come from, what is the task that you're already doing, and by that one particular year or month or time, by that one particular time period, you have to achieve that one particular task, right? So if you have to achieve that task, you have to make a plan. You cannot be productive if you don't have the clarity in two things. One, what exactly you want to achieve, and two, in how much duration you want to achieve. If you have a goal that I want to make $5 million in 10 years, is that enough? No, because that is not having a path. This is a dream. This is not a plan. So understand the difference between the dream and the plan. You want to buy a house is a dream. How you want to buy a house is a plan. If you want to buy a car is a dream. How much loan will you take? How much down payment will you make? How many installments or EMIs will it going to be? Which model are you planning to buy? Right? That is a plan. So productivity, if it comes to studies also, you have decided you want to score 99%. Okay, let's just not go below that. 99% is what you want to score. Is a dream until you don't have a plan. If you are not having the plan that how much you have to study on daily basis, how many topics you have to cover on daily basis, it is not going to be achievable, my dear, at all. So how you have to be productive is what you have to understand, that you have to have a plan for the goal that you are planning to achieve. Okay, a plan. So what do you think, is the plan enough? Is planning something, everything planned on a paper is enough? No, you also have to take the action. So whatever plan you are making, you have to act according to the plan and be consistent. All right, now I am going back to the motivation topic. So when I said that the motivation is a illusionary thing in your life, it comes whenever it wants to, it goes whenever it wants to. Okay, so you cannot keep your plans and your productivity planning and plotting relying upon motivation. You cannot just wait for feeling positive and feeling energetic and then going according to your plan. You cannot risk your life like that. So what you can do is you can make a plan and be consistent, as I said, even on the days that you are not feeling motivated, right? Have I made sense? Do you guys have any questions? Were you able to connect with me that you have to plan and then you have to take the required action consistently, even on the days you're not feeling motivated enough? Don't even think, are you feeling motivated or not motivated? Because actually, if you want to achieve anything, it cannot go by the mood. It can always go by the mindset and the plan that you are already having in your piece of paper. So whatever plan that you are making, for example, that you want to achieve good marks, you want to get married, or maybe you want to travel the world, you want to start up your own business, whatever dream that you are having, bring it into a plan. Break it into small steps. Start taking small actions. So if there are people who have studied business management, they might be knowing there is a term called which is called management by objective. So whatever plan you are having, a huge big plan, you break it into small actions, small steps, right? So when you have a plan, you break it into small little steps, and after that what happens is you are able to take required actions. Because why? You have the clarity, right? When you are having the entire plan in front of you on a piece of paper, written very very clearly with the time period, that you have this is a big goal that you have to achieve in 5 years, and after every third month, 3 months or quarterly basis, you will be achieving this and that and this and that. You are very clearly mentioned everything, and you will be going to stay by it even if you're not feeling motivated. That's how it goes. That's how the productivity sustains. So be consistent with the plan. Consistency is called as the key of, key to success. If you are a thinker, you will only be thinking and making the plans. But if you are a doer, you will just think of a thought, take action, and it will bring you the results, right? So it is that simple. Let me know if you have any questions right now. Any questions, if you guys having, just let me know, and then we will move to the next topic, which is the how to rewire your brain and how to actually rewire and trick your brain to feel motivated and productive. Let me know if anybody is having any question in the chat box. Is my voice properly audible? I can see people writing voice breaking, ma'am, or something.
No, ma'am,
Am I properly?
your voice is clear, ma'am. I think
Okay.
they are facing their network issues.
Right. Could be. All right. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to ask? Anything that you guys want to mention? Okay, my voice is pretty clear. Thank you so much. Any questions? If anybody is having, just let me know, and then we'll explain how to actually rewire or trick your brain even on the days you're not feeling motivated. No? All right. I think we are good to go. So motivation, productivity going hand in hand. Let's just talk about the mindset now. Okay. Even the days that you're not feeling energetic and motivated, or the days that you are feeling that you're not productive enough, you're not able to deliver much of the tasks, and your deliverables are hanging in the air, because there are days when you feel that no matter how much effort you are putting in, how much hard work you are putting in, you're not getting the required appreciation, be it at work or your studies or at home. So what to do in such cases? Because everything comes from the mindset. Whatever you are thinking about yourself and whatever you are communicating. So mindset here, right here, what you are communicating with yourself, whatever you're thinking about yourself, and whatever people around you thinking and talking about yourself, and how are you going to accept it? That's what makes a mindset, right? So how do we actually entertain the outer world is more important. This happens through two steps. One is what you are communicating to yourself, and second is what actions are you taking towards it. So in this world, we are having people who criticize us, and there are people who love us and praise us all the time. They are like that, even if there is nothing good in you, I still like you. And there are also people, even there are 100 things good in you, but I hate you like anything, right? You meet and come across such people a lot, many times. So how to deal with such people? Because the motivation and the energy, it does affects by people who are around you. So how to fix your mindset? So if you want to be very, very productive, if your exams are approaching, you want to start up your business, you want to start anything, so it all comes down to your mindset and your thought process. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to first check and watch out the kind of content you are consuming everywhere. When I say content, I just don't mention the Instagram. I am mentioning every platform from where you are getting information. That could be television, that could be books, that could be newspaper articles, that could be LinkedIn, that could be social media, other social media platforms, that could be your friends, that could be your family, that could be political views. So there could be hundreds and hundreds of ways and means from where you are getting the information, from where you are collaborating the knowledge, and all of that is going inside your brain. Now you have to filter things out. You need to learn the art of decluttering your thoughts, because for being a productive person, you need to make sure that your brain is absolutely focused, organized, and at peace. But if you are consuming session which is from everywhere around the world and which is not even relevant to your life and your goals, why would you waste your precious time to consume such a content, right? So you need to filter things out. It takes not more than 5 seconds or 10 seconds to decide if this particular information is important for me or no. So if you're reading an article, for example, the article is going to be about how to live healthy lifestyle with good food, right? So definitely there has something related to a healthy lifestyle. There is something related to a good diet. There is something related to what to eat, what not to eat, and how to stay nutritious all the time, and how to feel healthy and energetic. So definitely this is going to help you in your productivity, right? You will eat good, you will stay healthy. If you will stay healthy, you will be able to achieve your plans on time. If the person is not feeling healthy, the person is obviously going to struggle with their plans to achieve. So this article is going to be a helpful one. If we talk about some other article, for example, the article talks about the murder mysteries of some country or some city. Okay, are you going to read something like this? Until and unless somebody has interest to read murder mystery, that's a separate case. But if you are a person who is set with the plans, you do not have interest in the murder mystery, but just you want to have fun, are you going to read it? Because it is going to take your time. Are you having that enough time? Are you going to do anything of that knowledge that you're going to grab from that article? So my idea to explain you is that you need to filter out the information that you are consuming in order to stay productive, because your brain has to be very, very clear and organized and sorted when it comes to the thoughts that you are thinking. If we talk about in an average day, I mean in a day of an average person, the average number of thoughts that come across in our mind is 60,000. 60,000 is the average number of thoughts that we think or entertain in 24 hours. So this is a huge number. And how do we get these thoughts? We get these thoughts from the content that we are consuming on the daily basis, because obviously what we see or what we listen or what we learn or what we are reading is going in our brain, and that is creating a thought, and then after one another, and then one another, then one another. So there is a loop, there is a never ending loop. You cannot stop thinking, but you can choose what you need to think, and that for that you can choose what content you want to consume. So you need to filter out, and you have to be very choosy, very picky. It is not selfish or self-centered or mean to be very choosy what kind of a content you want to consume. If you go on platforms like Netflix, you scroll so many web series, you see their names, and then you check their reviews, and then you watch it. Why? Because you want to be sure that if you're spending 2 hours in watching a web series or a serial or a movie on Netflix, you want to make sure that you're not wasting your time on watching a bad one. You want to be very sure that you're watching a good one. So why can't you be that good and that kind to your brain, who is a CPU of your body, who runs everything in your body, right? So one step to have a mindful mind and for a mindful productivity lifestyle, first thing you need to do is that you are going to be very, you filter out your thoughts and the content that you are going to consume. The second thing that I would say to be very mindful and to rewire your thoughts and how you trick yourself is what you communicate to yourself. You cannot, you cannot just talk about bad things for yourself if there are people who are not supporting you. You cannot agree with people around you if there are people who are criticizing you for what you're doing, if there are people who cannot understand the kind of mindset and the ideology that you are having. You cannot accept them and then communicate the same thing for yourself, that yeah, maybe I'm not worth it, I'm not good enough, I never get good marks, I will never get good marks. It doesn't like that. You don't get good marks is one thing, but you will never get good marks is just not acceptable. Why? Because are you ever doing the right kind of planning and the right kind of strategizing your studies? Yes or no? No. Because if you are doing it, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving 90 plus, right? So if there are people or a group of people who are communicating or saying things in a very bad regard to you, you should not accept that for yourself. Be very mindful of the words that you are using to yourself, because that's where happens the magic. Whatever word that you are using, it is called spelling for a reason. You spell yourself with that energy. If you say one bad thing, I'm not worth it, you will accept the fact that I'm not worth it. So all the things that are worthy of you, you will accept that they are not worthy of me, because I'm not good enough to have that particular thing in my life. I'm not good enough to drive a Audi. I'm not good enough to live in a bungalow. I'm not good enough to have $1 million balance in my bank account. If you will accept these things, how is the universe going to bless you with these extraordinary luxurious blessings? I am not talking about the things which are out of reach. I am talking about the things that you can believe for yourself that you are. You are not good enough is not even a thing that you should accept for yourself or listen to yourself. There is a thing called, positive, positive communication, or we call it affirmations. How many of you in this webinar, everybody, just let me know how many of you use affirmations for yourself? How many of you say positive things to yourself when you get up in the morning? How many of you say positive things when you go to the bed at night? Just tell me in the chat section. Do you use affirmations? Do you know affirmations? Yes, everybody. Not sure if people use affirmations, huh? All right. So if you guys don't know what affirmation is a positive sentence that you say to yourself. For example, if I want to feel healthy, so I will say 10 times the moment I get up in the morning. I will look at myself in the mirror and I will say that I am feeling very healthy today. I am feeling very energetic today. I am absolutely fit and fine to do anything that I want to do. And you can say it for as many times as you want. So, and why these affirmations are important? So Monica says yes, she has raised the hand, or I'm not sure if she uses affirmations. Monica, tell me if you use affirmations. Great. Zara says I'm grateful for being healthy and happy. Awesome, awesome. Such amazing, grateful people in my webinar. I am so blessed to have you guys here. So affirmations are basically all the positive things that you say to yourself. Either they are existing and you are grateful for them, or you want to bring them into reality. So things that are not already there, you can just keep talking about it. You can just keep saying about it, so that your brain accepts that state of mind of you and you become that. So mind is very easy to trick, right? whatever you say to your mind or whatever you communicate to your brain, it is going to accept it as it is. If you will say that I am not good enough, it will accept you're not good enough, and it will drag you out of from all the opportunities that are meant for you to outperform. But if there's something happens, that you feel that you're very good, you're very amazing, you're absolutely great, you're unbelievable, you talk amazing, you dance amazing, your diet is amazing, everything is great, everything is going great, you accept that particular thing of for yourself, you walk into the room with that attitude. So people around you have no other choice but to accept that you are that kind of a person who is productive, who is motivated, who is an inspiration, and no, I mean, God knows what not. I mean, you are like everything. Because why people think like that of you? Because you have accepted the fact that you deserve all the best things in your life. You deserve all the amazing things in your life. So that's how you need to communicate to your brain. So number one, let's just revise. Motivation is an illusionary concept. You cannot wait for motivation to happen and then you go to the work. You can't do that. It's going to bring you a lot of losses. You can just spend so many days sleeping just because you're not feeling motivated, and then you will feel more demotivated because you have not done a one particular task in a day or two, right? So motivation, don't wait for motivation to come into your life. Bring that motivation by the productivity that is expected from you. And how to be productive? You have to be very, very productive by just two things. Number one is plan according to whatever you want to achieve, make a pathway and take a required action. Okay, this is step number one. Step number two is going to be consistent. Whatever plan you have made, whatever objectives that you have chosen for yourself on daily basis, on monthly basis, quarterly basis, or yearly basis, just be consistent. No matter whatever happens in your life, your battery is drained, you are not feeling well, something is happening, something is not happening in your life, whatever is the reason, just go by the plan. Just take a pledge that no matter whatever happens in my life, I am not going to leave my plan like that. No, it shouldn't be like that. You are following your plan for 1 week and the other week you are like, I'm going to be on break now. It doesn't happen like that. Okay. So plan and be consistent is how you have to be productive. And the very, very important part, is be productive also on the days that you're not feeling motivated. That's very, very important. If you are productive, you will feel motivated. But if you're not productive, if you are not feeling motivated, but still you're going by the plan, at least you have the hope that I have done the least that was required and the minimum that was expected from me as a human and somebody who has a plan to achieve that one particular goal, which is going to maybe after a year or 5 years. Okay. And if we talk about the rewiring of the brain or the mindset, how you have to change that, how you have to shift that. So I urge you to filter out the content. Whatever information you are consuming on daily basis or listening to or hearing to, or you're looking at something which is not relevant, please chop that out from your life. Your life is very, very important and priceless for the things which are not good for you, which are totally irrelevant and which is totally out of your, goal sheet or plan sheet. So just filter out your thoughts, and everybody knows what is important for them to understand and know and to learn and what is not. So for each one of you who is attending this webinar, I'm sure you guys must have felt demotivated once in a life. You guys must have felt, productivity issues. You might have felt that, what level of hard work should I do to make people happy around me? You can't make people happy around you if you're not happy by yourself. Then comes, at that time, it comes the communication part, what you are communicating to yourself. So even if you're filtering out the content and the information that you are consuming on daily basis, you also need to make sure that what are you talking to yourself? What words are you using for yourself? Are you being grateful to yourself for working so hard? Are you being grateful to yourself for being fit? Are you being grateful to your body for always supporting you, no matter how much hard days you have been in? Have you done all of that? No, right? We always skip. We take things for granted, which are always available to us. If our health is available, we take it for granted. We just keep dragging it, but we don't feel grateful. So be very mindful of the words that you use. If there is somebody in your team, in your class, your teachers, your family members, your friends, anybody who takes you as a joke, who does not takes your ideology and your mindset seriously, who criticizes you, who teases you for the kind of work you do or the thought process that you have, please ignore them and don't accept any word that comes out from their mouth. Why? Because you cannot accept that you are not worthy of things. If you will accept that, no matter how much planning you do, no matter whatever things you decide to do, it is not going to be worth it. Because what you are communicating to your brain is that I am not a good person, I don't deserve good things in my life. And your mind is going to say that, okay, fine, if you say so, I will make sure that you don't come across good things in your life. Because that's how brain works. Whatever you communicate to your brain, you will end up experiencing that. I will give you a very small example. I will give you a very small example. So this brain, no, our mind does not understand the word no. Okay, now let's just try this out. If I tell you that do not think of an elephant, if I say that do not think of an elephant, what are you thinking of? Are you thinking of an elephant or you're thinking of something else? Tell me in the comments. If I am saying that do not think of an elephant, are you thinking of something else or you're thinking of an elephant? What are you thinking of? What is your brain thinking about? What animal is it coming to your mind? I want to know in the comment section. Right, it's the elephant. Yes, you're thinking of an elephant. So I just said don't think about elephant. And you guys started thinking of an elephant. So this is how your brain works. The things that you say, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, the things that you want your brain not to think about, you will end up thinking about those things. So why not focus on the things that you want your brain to think? If you will say that I'm not good, I'm not worthy, I'm not happy, I'm not good at all, your brain will focus on those things because those are the things that you don't want to happen, but they're happening. Why? Because your feeling is like that. Your brain is bending towards that feeling. But if there are people around you who are blessing you with such bad thoughts, your concentration should be that I am worthy of everything that I am coming across, the best of the best thing, because I am working hard. I am planning things. I know my way. I know the kind of person I am, and I am going to be the best version of myself. If you say these 3-4 lines every day, you get up in the morning before you start anything, and the moment you go to your bed, your brain is going to always accept the fact that yes, you're worthy of all the opportunities. Somebody in the chat box just wrote, still thinking of an elephant. I think you should just come back from the elephant and concentrate on the webinar. So this is how it is, just see the power of your brain. Whatever you ask you to stop thinking about or stop concentrating, it will go back to that one particular thing. So you have to decide how your thoughts should work. You have to decide how your brain should work, what you are communicating, what you are saying to your brain is what you are going to become. Because my dear, all the listeners, everything that you decide to do, be it the kind of the dress that you're going to wear, the food that you're going to eat, the place that you are going to meet your friends at, anything that you would like to decide or you want to like to do, It all comes down to your thought. You create one thought, and after that you take the action. And where is this thought created? Where is this thought manufactured? This thought is manufactured in your brain. So if your brain is chaotic, if your brain is full of messed up, cluttered things, you will not be able to take good decisions. You will not be able to gain the clarity of the things that you want and you don't want in your life, right? So every decision that you are taking, every task that you are doing, it is happening because you created one thought in your brain that this is one particular thing that I wanted to do and this is what I'm doing. And that thought was created in the mind, in your brain, and your brain has to be the most organized thing in your body, because this is doing all the work. This brain made you sign up for this webinar. This brain made you accept the fact that you might need motivation or a productivity session to make sure that you are performing better in your real life, right? This is how the brain is functioning. So everything, so in my initial days of life coaching, I was a productivity coach. But after giving sessions, after reading so much, after researching, I realized that everything comes down to mindset. Everything comes down to what decision you are making, be it for any task, be it for the kind of person that you want to spend your rest of the life with, be it the kind of university you want to take admission in, the job that you are looking for, the career you want to choose, the company that you want to apply for, if you want to go for the interview rounds or you want to do your startup. Everything comes down to your thinking, right? Your thought. One thought can either make you or break you. So if this factory, which is manufacturing thoughts, and it is our power, we hold that power to rewire our thoughts. And I have just explained you how. You need to be very, very careful of the things and the content you watch out. Okay, what you are communicating, how you are perceiving of yourself as a person, how you are in your own eyes. That is more important. Okay, I think Ram, this is like end of the session. I would like to take up questions if people are having. So guys, if you guys are having questions now, you want to ask something specific, you can just write in the chat box, right, Ram?
Yes, ma'am.
I just have one question here. Can you still be motivated when you are depressed with something? So again, like I said in the beginning, that motivation is an illusionary concept. Motivation is something that you feel a lot of energy in yourself and you want to do a lot of tasks, maybe everything that you decided for the whole year. That's what motivation is like. It can stay, it cannot stay. But when you're depressed, I don't give therapeutic sessions, but yes, when you're depressed, make sure the counseling sessions that you are taking from your therapist, you are doing that on time. All those therapeutic counseling sessions, even if the activities are given to you, the worksheets that are given to you, small activities that make you feel good about yourself and not depressed, but healthy living, mindful living that you are having after the sessions. Make sure that you don't miss out on those. And when you keep doing that on regular basis, exactly like your counselor or your therapist says, you will start feeling motivated by the by the end of the counseling or the sessions or the days. There will be better days, because I have seen people who are depressed, they take time. There's a journey. You just can't feel motivated overnight. If you are in a depression or in any stage, if you're feeling demotivated, your energy is low, you just can't be, in the blink of an eye, you could not go from low energy to high energy, right? So make sure whatever sessions you are taking from your counselor or your therapist, or any activities that you are doing on your own to make yourself feel better, any medication that you are taking, make sure you are not missing out on anything of that sort, because that all comes from someone who is a specialist in that field, right? So after that time, you will feel motivated. I have answered your question. Any tips or advice, ma'am, to become more productive when you're not mentally stable? I think you wanted to write. Okay. To become more productive, so there are, if you go on internet, Cherry, if I pronounced it right, if you go on internet, there are 20 ways also to be productive. There are 15 ways also to be productive. There are the 56 ways also to be productive. But as I have tried and simplified the things in the session, that whatever plan that you are having, if you are following that, try to keep it very simple and do not overdo, do not over expect, or do not overcommit from yourself. Just try, for example, if you want to achieve, you want to read one book, in a month, you want to finish it up. Just have the habit of reading 30 minutes every day. 30 minutes is more than enough. If you cannot do 30 minutes in one go, you can do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening, right? So this is how you have to plan and be consistent. It shouldn't be like you're reading for 3 days in a row and the 4 days you're not doing, fourth day you're not doing anything. You're not even picking up the book. You don't even know where the book is. It shouldn't be like that. So mentally unstable, I would really suggest and urge anybody who's going through something like this, which requires a specialist or a therapist or a counselor to understand your situation better. I would recommend you to do that. But when it comes to productivity in any field, in any part of your life, productivity comes to this two steps that I have explained in the session. That is having a plan, taking required action, and being very, very consistent. Okay, Cherry, I hope I've answered your question. Next is, can you be productive if you're motivated to work? Yeah, of course, because if you are motivated, you would want to work. If you are thinking that you are motivated but you don't want to work, my dear, you are lazy. Uh, that's not productivity. Okay, so next is, Mary writes that how can being productive and motivated helps you despite all odds that happen to you? Because my dear Mary, life goes on, right? Clock is always ticking. There is nothing that you can do. If there are things that are happening in your life, you cannot stop. There are mishappenings if they are happening. There are so many uncertain things, unplanned things that come across in your life, and you just can't stop it, or you just cannot skip it. It stays there. But all the odds, if they are happening, you have to make sure the kind of goals and the position that you have to be in coming time. You can't just be cribbing and crying for the things that didn't happen your way. You have to make sure that whatever happened for a reason, and then you have to go ahead. So motivation and productivity goes hand in hand. It's your choice if you want to feel motivated, but productivity is something that goes into the plan and you have to do it without a choice. Okay, all right, Mary. Okay, do we have any more question? Anybody who wants to ask anything? We are towards the end of the session. I have to say that you guys are so interactive, so amazing. I have really enjoyed this session with all of you. I mean, it always makes you happy as a speaker when your audience is interacting with your content. They want to just be with you. They want to interact. They want to know more about the content that the speaker is speaking. Amazing. Last question. Can you still be motivated if someone is taking credit the hard work you have done? So in such cases, you learn the lesson that that person has taken your hard work, and you have to be very, very cautious next time. Very, very cautious next time. Make sure that whatever work you are doing, whatever thing you're doing, you are having the acknowledgements by your managers or by your reporting managers of that. And it happens that people take away your hard work. That's life. Learn your lesson. Next question is, how do you know you are not being productive? My dear, your managers will tell you that you are not productive. If you are not productive, so you know that what tasks and deliverables you have in a day. If you are in bed thinking about that whatever you had planned will be accomplished on its own, that's not going to happen. The planning is done only for the clarity in your brain, and the action is required no matter what to achieve and make sure that plan is being implemented. So if you're if you don't know that you are not productive, let's have a proper separate session for 5 or 6 hours. So obviously when you're not getting the required results as per your plan, dear, you're not productive. Okay. Zara says thank you so much. It was interesting and pleasant. And all right, thank you so much, Zara. Thank you for being an amazing audience. Ram, I think we are over with the questions.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful session, ma'am. This is so
Thank you so
informative
much.
as well.
Thank
I'd
you
like
so
to
much.
express my gratitude, ma'am, Miss Harshita, and also extend my gratitude to all the attendees for joining this webinar. So I'm going to share a feedback form in the chat box. Please fill this form and share your opinion about this webinar within 12 hours. And also please tag us on social media handles and with the screenshot of your certificate with #DIGISAKSHAM. Future association, you can connect with us through mail or telephone. We are happy to provide you additional support. Now I request everyone to open up your cameras for a snap for the memory. Okay, guys, let's everyone open up your cameras for a snap.
Such beautiful faces. Hey, Cherry. Hey, Ralion. Oh, it's so good to see you all. I'm so grateful to each one of you for attending this session and listening to me so patiently and with all the interest. Let's just have everybody's camera on and just click a picture.
Yes, guys, please open up your cameras.
Ram, let us know when we
Yes,
have to smile.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you all. May you achieve everything that you want to achieve, whatever your heart desires for. And Ram, thank you for being an amazing co-host. And my gratitude to the foundation for giving me this opportunity to be a speaker here. I'm really grateful to each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching.
Yes, absolutely.
I, Ram Prasad, host for. Thank you, ma'am. I, Ram Prasad, host for the day. Signing off on a good note. See you all in next webinar. Till then, stay tuned. Okay, guys, don't forget to fill this feedback form within 12 hours. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Guys, if you are done with filling this feedback form, you can leave this meeting.